What if one act could have stopped World War II? What if a single moment of courage could have ended the Nazi regime and saved millions of lives? In the summer of 1944, a group of German officers believed they had that chance. Their mission was audacious, dangerous, and ultimately tragic. Operation Valkyrie, the most famous attempt to assassinate Adolf Hitler, was not just about killing a dictator. It was about saving Germany from destruction. But what really happened on that fateful day? Why did the plot fail, and what became of the brave conspirators who risked everything to bring Hitler down? Stay with us as we dive deep into the gripping true story of the July 20th, 1944 assassination plot, uncover the shocking twists that could have changed the course of history, and reveal a little-known chapter that might make you rethink everything you thought you knew about this infamous event. To understand Operation Valkyrie, we must first understand why Hitler's own officers turned against him. By 1944, Adolf Hitler was at the height of his power, but cracks in his control were beginning to show. The war was turning against Germany. After defeats at Stalingrad and Normandy, it was clear to many military leaders that Hitler's leadership was leading the nation to ruin. Among those who saw the danger was Colonel Claus von Stauffenberg, an aristocratic officer and devout Catholic. Stauffenberg had initially supported Hitler, believing he would restore Germany's honor after World War I. But as the atrocities of the Holocaust unfolded and Hitler's reckless military strategies became clear, Stauffenberg grew disillusioned. By 1943, Stauffenberg had joined a secret resistance network within the German military. This group, made up of high-ranking officers, intellectuals, and politicians, was determined to overthrow Hitler and negotiate peace with the Allies. They knew the risks. Failure meant certain death, not just for themselves, but for their families. Yet, they pressed forward. The conspirators faced a monumental challenge: how to eliminate Hitler, a man surrounded by layers of loyal SS guards and a security apparatus designed to keep him untouchable. Their solution was both ingenious and chilling: Operation Valkyrie. Originally, Valkyrie was an emergency plan developed by the German military to maintain order in the event of civil unrest. The conspirators adapted the plan to their own ends. If they could assassinate Hitler, they would use Valkyrie to mobilize reserve army units, seize control of Berlin, and dismantle the Nazi regime from within. The plan's brilliance lay in its use of existing military structures, but it was also fraught with risks. Success depended on perfect timing, unwavering coordination, and, most importantly, the death of Hitler. July 20th, 1944, was the day everything hinged upon. Stauffenberg, now a key figure in the conspiracy, was tasked with carrying out the assassination himself. At a high-level meeting at Hitler's headquarters, the Wolf's Lair, Stauffenberg carried a briefcase containing a bomb. The tension was palpable as Stauffenberg entered the conference room. Hitler stood at the head of a table, surrounded by his top generals. Stauffenberg placed the briefcase under the table, near Hitler's position, and excused himself on the pretense of taking a phone call. Moments later, the bomb detonated. The explosion was devastating, blowing out windows and killing 4 people instantly. But Hitler survived. The reason? A last-minute change in venue. The meeting had been moved to a wooden building with open windows, which dissipated the blast. Additionally, one of the officers had unknowingly moved the briefcase, placing it behind a heavy table leg that shielded Hitler from the full force of the explosion. Stauffenberg, believing Hitler was dead, fled back to Berlin to initiate Valkyrie. But the plan was already unraveling. As news of the explosion spread, confusion gripped Berlin. The conspirators began mobilizing reserve troops, but conflicting reports about Hitler's survival caused hesitation. Meanwhile, Hitler, bruised but alive, quickly regained control. By evening, the coup had collapsed. Stauffenberg and his co-conspirators were arrested and executed that same night. Over the following weeks, the Gestapo launched a brutal purge, rounding up anyone even remotely connected to the plot. More than 7,000 people were arrested and nearly 5,000 were executed, including families of the conspirators. But here's where the story takes an unexpected twist. In the chaos following the failed coup, evidence surfaced of another, much earlier assassination attempt on Hitler's life, one that might have succeeded had it not been thwarted by a bizarre accident. This earlier plot, known as the Beer Hall bombing, took place in 1939. A German carpenter named Georg Elser, working entirely alone, had planted a time bomb in the Bürgerbräukeller, a Munich beer hall where Hitler was scheduled to speak. Elser's bomb was meticulously designed to detonate at the precise moment Hitler would be addressing the crowd. But in an ironic twist of fate, Hitler finished his speech early and left the building just minutes before the explosion. The bomb killed 8 people and injured dozens, but Hitler was unscathed. Elser was arrested and executed, his plot largely forgotten in the shadow of Valkyrie. Yet, it raises a haunting question. What might have happened if Elser's timing had been just a few minutes different? Though Operation Valkyrie failed, its legacy endures. The conspirators, once seen as traitors by many Germans, are now remembered as heroes who stood against tyranny. Monuments, films, and books honor their courage, reminding us that even in the darkest times, there are those willing to risk everything for justice. But the story also serves as a sobering reminder of how fragile even the best-laid plans can be. Had the briefcase stayed in place, had the meeting occurred in a different room, had the coup succeeded, history might have taken a vastly different course. What do you think? Were the conspirators of Operation Valkyrie destined to fail, or were they just victims of bad luck? Could one act of bravery have truly stopped the Nazi regime? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this story as gripping as we did, don't forget to like the video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories from history. Until next time, remember, the most extraordinary tales often come from the moments that almost changed the world.